to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp, as we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 16th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Noles will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Guys, let's chat about Florida. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now, with the positive play, you're setting up 3rd and inches.
The Gators are facing 3rd and inches. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
Well, this game certainly doesn't have the longevity historically that a lot of other rivalries have in college football, but this game always means so much. It impacts the conference championship race, the national championship race, and the Heisman Trophy race.
They'll give it to him again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem in the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield, and make this life hard on this running back.
Looking for space, it's Daniels. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese, exactly what I said. Great get off, great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Back to throw, it's Lagway. He's going to run it. He can't quite get there on the scramble. Dangerous with his feet, but this defense rises to the occasion and forces a 4th down. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the ball.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He stopped. Not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. But he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
Makes the catch. It's Jackson. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And, Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
The RPO, fire complete to the back. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Just like that, a huge gain, and they got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man, they've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, I've had fun with that.
And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on second and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Gator! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Find some fresh air. Picks up the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. There was a time when if you had a guy who runs like he does, that you move him to a different position. Not anymore, man. These quarterbacks can run and throw.
Yeah, back in my time, I was throwing to guys like that. I certainly wasn't moving like it, but boy, oh boy, you hold your breath every time he takes off because that guy might be the fastest player on the field.
Rides the back on the option to give. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Shoots it to the left. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Florida. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Florida State offense returns to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. There he goes. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Well, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides the back and leaves it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Oh, they're after him. Caught close to the marker, it's Robinson.
That's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good calling plays. You get a completion on 3rd down early in the game, and he should be having a lot of confidence now moving forward in this game calling plays.
The Seminoles are flying down the field. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Gives it on the option. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his man. It's McCoy. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. We'll start this second quarter with a field goal attempt. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. In the backfield, it's Brown. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. To the air, it's Lagway. Steps away to find some room. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The short hands. It's Brown. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around the country in high school wanting to come play here. So it says a lot if you're RB1 in this offense, but this dude shows you why. Speed and playmaking ability all day long. Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Pulls it in. It's ball. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. The give on the option. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Gator! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. Fires to the big fella. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the 1st half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's White. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
He'll pull it on the read. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
The Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Got it in the middle, it's White. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Noles! Great job by the back on the option.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end now in motion. Takes the handoff. It's ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Gets it to him on the screen. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Got a man, it's Clark. Turning it on. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Man, these in-breaking routes are so hard from these slot guys because you're so worried about them flying up the field vertically. Nice job sitting down, breaking in, finding a little hole, making a catch.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Here's the handoff. He gets it inside the 25. They'll stop him at the 24. Not enough for the first down, and it's a 4th down decision time coming. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. And it's right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Gators will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Gives it on the option. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Blasted as he lets it go. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Fires deep toward the end zone. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Florida! And the Gators have chomped down, and they put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Noles can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the air, it's Castellanos. And it's his 4th interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to threaten the field position with the return.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get 1st downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
Give to the running back. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll give it to the back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
The Gators will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator! Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this...
And that is his fifth interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Florida!
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Florida State, 10.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Keeps looking downfield.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on 3rd down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Davis. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Wants to bring it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Daniels. Breaks into the open. And the big gain. They've got it on the 46.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Grabbed behind the line. It's Brown. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, And nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Scanning the field, it's Flagway. That's reeled in, it's Brown. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
And the Gators look to keep this drive humming. Let's go. They go to the draw. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
It's third and goal and third and long. The give to the tailback. And he'll be brought down.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on fourth down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it out. It's Lucas. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Throws to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab near the marker, it's White. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play.
And because of the success this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Design runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now, and this is a big key for us to win this game.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Noles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
Quarterback moving. He'll throw it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
They finally make the stop after a terrific return, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On the option. He'll pitch it. Trucks through the defender. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice 1st down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great 2nd down opportunity.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great game. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
To the ground with the back. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.